It is, no, it's not Monday.
Welcome back.
Hi everyone, I'm Ari. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm an aspiring author and I have a short story published that you could read linked in my website. I'm working on a project called Pretend the Earth Doesn't Call. That's a fantasy novel. I've been vlogging every single day of Camp July NaNoWriMo to track my progress. I'm trying to finish a dialogue first draft, which is not a draft 0, but it's not yet a draft 1, so that we can go ahead and get a real draft 1 done in August and September. So keep on watching so you can see how week 2 of Camp July NaNoWriMo went. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, July 6th, and it is day 6 of Nano. Let me give you a little writing update for last night. Last night went pretty well, I want to say. I think I got probably like 500 words. Again, I didn't really push myself. I'm getting a little bit stuck again, so I need to find where that conflict is once again. I'm going to go ahead and work on that today. Today, we're going to go to one of my favorite bagel places near me. It's called the Blue House, and best bagels, and we're gonna write there for a bit, and then we're gonna come home and we're gonna write some more too. The bagel was so good. I know it looked good, but words truly cannot describe just like how delicious it actually really was. I think I was there for almost 2 hours. I got around 900 words. The last time I checked on Scrivener, it was 820, but then I wrote a little bit more. I'm at this scene where we're exploring this whole area and one of the main characters is injured and she has to kind of come to terms with a lot of things and her opinions and her feelings towards certain people that other people don't agree with, and so there's a lot of conflict. I feel really happy with the progress. I think right now where I'm at with the story is a lot looser because I am an underwriter. There's a lot of Act 2 that just hasn't been written, but there needs to be scenes there and there needs to be character progression and there needs to be relationship progression there that I didn't really write in my draft 0. So I really need to try to get that down as I'm doing this dialogue first draft. I think the pressure is still kind of off for this draft because it doesn't really even feel like a draft 1. I don't have everything figured out. I'm still very much trying to figure it out. Even if you know the major plot beats, there's still a lot that has to happen in a book that's not a major plot beat. So very much those little intricacies I'm still trying to figure out. I'm just always going to have struggles with Act 2, so the best thing that I can do is just like keep getting through it, and then I'll refine and revise as I go with each successive round of revision. Right now, I need to go to Whole Foods and get some groceries, and then I'm gonna go home and just kind of like get cozy and write for the rest of the day and have a nice little time. So I'll check in with you on how the rest of my writing went tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, July 7th, and it is day 7 of Nano. I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got a caramel macchiato. So good. Today we're going to my brother's house and we're gonna go to the farmer's market and we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna cook lunch together, let the dogs run around. Louie's back there, you just can't see him. And I'm really excited. It's gonna be super fun. And then I'm gonna come home later and I'm gonna write some more. I'm really sorry if you can hear him just breathing really loudly. He's a dog. I got nothing else. So yesterday writing went really well. I got 1,000 words. The majority of those words were at the bagel place. I'm at this scene right now where I'm writing this new scene between the main character and this new character that I'm just discovering writing, Leo, and so that's been really interesting. I checked my Scrivener. I think we're almost at like 15,000 words for just this dialogue first draft, and I want to say in the middle of Act 2B now. So I think I'm at like scene 25 or something like that. So we're about to hit 15,000 words for the draft, and I think I wrote like 5,000 to 6,000 words this week. I need to go into Scrivener to double check, but I'm like super happy with that progress. I think I'd like to get it up so I'm averaging about 1,000 words a day. I think it's really tricky because you want to write quickly, you want to make quick progress, but then you also need to make sure you're not burning yourself out and it's sustainable progress. So I don't know if I'm at the stage. I think when I'm at the drafting, like draft 0 stage, I can really easily just, draft 2,000 words a day and it's no problem. But I think when I'm doing later versions of the draft, 2,000 words a day is like a little bit unrealistic. So I think 1,000 words a day is like a good shot for me. So I'm gonna go drive to my brother and then head home after and get some words in, and I'll update you tomorrow morning on how that went. Hello everyone, welcome back. It's day 8 of Nano. It's Monday, July 8th. So I unfortunately have some unfortunate news. I got words yesterday. I only got 100 words. My lowest word count to date for the entirety of the month so far. To be fair, we're only like a week in, but still, I think I've been doing pretty good. Only got 100 words yesterday. Not thrilled about it. So I checked in yesterday and I said I was going to my brother's. We wound up going to the farmer's market. We hung out a bunch outside. We made a delicious lunch. It was so good. I got home and me and the dogs, we were all just so exhausted. We were so tired. I managed to get a couple words in, but it wasn't a lot. I tried to do some writing sprints and I got 100 words in, which I'm happy. Like I actually sat down and I got some words in and I tried. You know, I tried my best, but I was really tired yesterday, so I just wasn't gonna push it. But still, we wrote and we gotta take that as a win, you know? Tonight, we're just gonna aim for more. And I have now 2 weeks to finish my dialogue first draft, and honestly, I'm in the middle of Act 2B, and I think I'm good. Like, I'm well on my way. This draft is still super messy. I'm still not sure of a lot of scenes. I think there's still a lot of character progression, and there's definitely a lot of like inter-character dynamics that I still need to like flesh out and stuff. I think this draft has gotten a lot stronger with regards to character motivation and stakes, and like the real structure of the story is becoming a lot clearer. So I'm really happy with how it's been going so far. Today, it is Cooper's 10th birthday. If you don't know, I have 2 dogs. Cooper is the small brown fuzzy one and Louie is the big black one with white spots. And Cooper turns 10 years old today. I can't believe it. I am just my little baby. He's 10. I had bought these like beef knuckles from the farmer's market that just, you know, like the butcher sells because they're kind of, you know, not like a luxury meat or anything. And it's for dogs, and usually you'll give it to a dog raw because dogs can't eat, you know, cooked bone. But Louie is so intense. Like I once gave him a deer antler because they're like chew toys and he like cracked a molar. So I'm not about to give him any bones whatsoever. So what I'm doing is I'm actually cooking them, and I'm gonna get like the marrow and the meat that's off of it and just give them like a little happy birthday like meat dish. I don't know. So I'll put some clips in of them enjoying their birthday meal. Cooper's birthday is July 8th. Louie's birthday is August 13th, but you know, they're dogs. So if one of them gets something, the other has to too. So they both get 2 birthdays. I have a little tomato update. They're looking really good. They're looking really good. It was like overnight they just exploded, and they're so much bigger than I thought they would be. I originally thought that this was a cherry tomato plant. Turns out I think these are gonna be bigger. So we'll find out. My husband and I decided that we're gonna make like a caprese salad because I have these tomatoes, I have a basil plant that's beautiful. So yeah, today we have to look forward to some doggy birthday celebrations and some words later. It is making me super nostalgic that this dog that I had since he was a puppy is all grown up. He's not only grown up, he's like an old crusty man. I love him. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow morning and let you know how the writing went tonight. Hello everyone and welcome back. It is, no, it's not Monday. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Tuesday, July 9th, so it is day 9 of Nano, and we've been vlogging every single day to track progress throughout Camp July Nano. Last night, how did writing go? Writing went decent. I got 400 or 500 words, I can't remember. We're at 16,500 words in this draft, which is really freaking good. I think we started the month at like 9,000 or 10,000, so we're like 7,000 words in. The progress is progressing. However, it could be better. But you know what? We also have to pat ourselves on the back for the progress that we did make. Let me give you a little update on where we are now. So we're in the middle of Act 2B at the moment, and there's definitely some like fun and game stuff going on, and we're in this area that I mentioned before that, you know, we're kind of just like exploring the area and trying to figure out this new culture, this new region, these new characters. And it's just become very wholesome in a way that I really appreciate. So, you know, I've been enjoying that. I think I go through oscillations of things feel really good and then I feel a little stuck and I need to find the conflict, and then I kind of keep finding the rhythm as I keep trying to figure out where the conflict is that I need to write about. Now that we're about to go into Act 3, we need to travel back to the capital and some stuff is about to go down. So I really need to set that stuff up. I will say, just based off of my dialogue first draft, I can still feel like this whole Act 2, Act 2 I separate into two. So Act 2A and Act 2B, it's not substantial enough. Like, there is not enough character progression, there's not enough relationship dynamics that are progressing in the way that I want them to feel like the payoff is there. There's definitely a lot of work that I need to do for draft 1 revision plans. However, I think the characters are really starting to solidify in my mind. Like, how their dialogue is different, how their mannerisms are different, how their character motivations differ, like what are the different things that make them tick. Like, all of those things are kind of starting to solidify, which I really appreciate. So, progress is being made. I am getting closer to having a final book in my hands, which is wonderful. We love that. And I'm gonna write a little bit more later today. I will say the past several days, I feel like I haven't gotten as much writing done as I would like. I have not been averaging like the 1,500, 2,000 that I would like to be averaging. It's been maybe 500, 1,000. The other day I even got like 100 words. Like, it really didn't feel like a lot of progress, but I'm trying to be kind to myself and gentle with it. The progress will come. And the most important thing is really just creating a sustainable writing practice, right? Like, if there's a day where I'm just not feeling it, it's okay to write a little bit less. Like, I still showed up that day. Like, I still wrote 100 words. Every single day doesn't have to be a marathon of progress. And the most important thing is making sure that it's sustainable. If you go in every single day and you kill yourself trying to like write this draft as quickly as possible, one, it's probably just like not gonna be that good. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. But probably not. Two, you're gonna burn yourself out. And like, the most important thing, in my opinion, and the most important thing that I feel that I want to cultivate for my writing craft and habit is I want to make sure that day in, day out, like, I feel good about being able to show up and get some words down. And I don't want to burn myself out. And so if that means that I'm not going to push myself for another 500 words in one night because I'm just like really not feeling it, then that's what it means. And there's going to be different seasons. There's going to be seasons where it's a lot easier to sit down and write and get a bajillion words and feel like the progress is happening really fast. I remember in November through February, so it was like 4 months, 2023 going into 2024, like, I was probably writing like 2,000 words a day consistently. And it was because I was drafting. And I was drafting like new projects. It is a lot easier for me when I'm in that draft 0 stage to just get a ton of words down. As I start revising later on down the line, whether it's this dialogue first draft or whether it'll be draft 1 or draft 2 or draft 3, I think the progress will wind up slowing down because you're not in this raw form of creativity. You're in a form of, okay, I have the bones of the story and I need to fill things in order for it to make sense. We have to meet ourselves where we're at. I'm okay with the word progress that we're getting. And I have like 2 weeks to finish this dialogue first draft. And honestly, like, we're in solid shape because I'm in the middle of Act 2B. I only have an act and a half to write. And then we're going to start reverse outlining, and I'll take you along with me through my reverse outlining process. All in all, what I'm really trying to say is the most important thing for me personally, and it could be for you too, if you want to create a very consistent writing routine, is just make sure you're doing it in a way that feels sustainable to you. And that's going to look different for every single person. For some people, it's going to be you write only a day a week, 2 days a week. For some people, it'll be you'll write every single day, but maybe you only write like 100 words a day. And for some people who do this professionally, maybe it's being a little bit more strict with yourself and writing 2,000 words a day. But I work a full-time job. I love writing. I try to get as much writing in as I can. But we have lives and we have to balance these things all together. And it's really hard. It's really hard work. But I think checking in with yourself, seeing where you're at, seeing if it's a good idea to push yourself that night, or if it's maybe better to take it a little bit easier, to let the story brew. Because I think that's also something that we don't talk about a lot, is there is a difference between hard writing and soft writing. And I saw this on Instagram or TikTok the other day, and I was like, oh, that makes me feel so much better, and it makes me feel so much more validated, because hard writing is like you sit down and you're actually physically getting words down on the page, and that is what we usually count towards progress. But there is such a thing as soft writing, and soft writing can come in the form of daydreaming, or just like thinking about your story while you're at your job, thinking about your story while you're going for a walk, or even subconsciously, you're letting that creativity and that story brew in your subconscious. I'm that type of person very much. Like, I subconsciously wind up like thinking about things, and things click sometimes when I'm not even thinking super hard about it. And so you have to give yourself a little bit of grace, because even if you're not actually physically getting words down on the page, your brain is still processing and you are still working on your story. I am only helping myself by being kind to myself, by like giving myself a pat on the back, because nobody wants to show up and put in work and do something day in, day out if it makes them feel bad. And if you are talking to yourself in a way that is making yourself feel bad about this thing that you're working on, like, of course it's just gonna make you that much less likely to wanna show up. The truth is also for consistency and creating that writing routine, you want to try to make it as enjoyable as possible. I've been really into putting some lo-fi music on the TV with like really pretty like cafe or forest scene visuals. Your brain craves the positives and it will try to avoid the negatives. So try to make it as enjoyable as possible. For me, what I do is I'll light a candle, I'll put the lo-fi on, I'll get a little blanket, I'll make myself some tea, and I'll sit and I'll write. It is so pleasant and enjoyable, and I look forward to it. And the nights that I don't get to do that, like, I get sad about it. Really, my advice would be, think about what you can do to make it just like even a little bit more enjoyable, and then you're gonna crave it more, and then you're gonna find yourself doing it more. That was a lot of rambling, but let me know in the comments down below, is there anything that you do that helps you create a very consistent writing routine that maybe I didn't mention? I love hearing about what works for others, so definitely comment down below and let me know. So I'm gonna get some writing done tonight, and I'm gonna check in with you in the morning to let you know how it went. Kudos to you if you're still watching, honestly. Hello and welcome back. It is Wednesday, July 10th, and it is day 10 of Nano, and I'm back to update you to let you know how my writing went last night. It went decently. I think I got 350 words, which, again, not my best. I don't know what's going on this week. Might just be like stress from work. I've had a lot of other stuff going on. Not making the progress that I was making last week. That's okay. I think I'm very much trying to figure out this draft, very much trying to find where the conflict is, where we're going, all of that good stuff. So I'm just kind of trying to be patient with myself. We're still in that location that we were before. We're about to leave though, and we're having a really lovely bonding moment. That's a scene that I stopped writing at last night, is the bonding scene between two of the main characters. We're slowly but surely making progress, and Camp July Nano is going pretty well. By the end of this week, I would really like to be done with Act 2B, and I think that's completely feasible. I think we have only 3 or 4 more scenes left of Act 2B, and then we move on to Act 3. And I know exactly what happens in Act 3. Acts 1 and 3 I group together in my mind compared to like Act 2A and Act 2B, because I know usually when I have this beginning of an idea for my book, like, I generally know how Act 1 kind of goes, and I kind of know where Act 3 goes. But Act 2 is this kind of like murky, like, I know a lot of important stuff has to happen, but I haven't quite figured out exactly what it is yet. I think that's why Act 2 is going slower. I don't have quite as firm an understanding of what needs to happen in Act 2. So once I do finish with Act 2B, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna be able to hit the ground running and draft Act 3 pretty quickly, honestly. I'm not super worried about it. I think we're still sticking to our timeline, even if the progress this week feels a little bit slow, and that's okay. We're trying to write a book. We're trying to figure out all of these scenes and what's supposed to be happening at the moment. I'm gonna write these bonding scenes. I can still delve deeper. I think there's still a lot of work that has to be done in this draft, I'm going to do my best to finish it all. And then when we reverse outline the last week of July, we'll be able to put those nitty-gritty details of the things that I need to change, what I need to bring to life, what I need to tone down. And that's, to me, the fun of revision, when I get to zoom out and look at everything with a bird's eye view. So I'll let you know how the writing goes, and I'll check in with you guys in the morning. Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, July 11th, so it is day 11 of Nano, and I'm here to tell you how my writing went last night. So we got around 250 words, and we finished that little bonding scene between the two main characters, which is great, and we set everything up for Act 3, so things are gonna just crash and burn. And I feel really cruel for saying that. We gotta torture our characters, you know, it is what we signed up to do. So Act 3 is quickly approaching. I have great news. We hit 17,000 words in the dialogue first draft, and we wrote 5,500 words this month, which is great. I'm super pleased with it. It's amazing progress, and I'm really hoping by the end of next week we'll hit 20,000 words of this dialogue first draft, and that will really set us up for when we start drafting draft 1 after we reverse outline at the end of this month. So the progress has been great. Last night I also went to this Telltale Book Club Zoom meeting where Julia Whalen and Emily Henry were interview panelists, I guess I would call it. They were kind of like leading the meeting, but I'm a huge Emily Henry fan, and it was super fun to hear all about Julia Whalen's audiobook company and to hear how basically every single one of Emily Henry's books is being turned into either a TV show or a movie, and she also has a new book coming in 2025, hopefully. It was also fun because I love hearing about authors talk about their process and how they come up with ideas and how they start writing books and all of that stuff. So it was super fun. I'm super excited for any potential Emily Henry releases, be it TV show, movie, or new books. I'm so excited, so that was really fun. So yeah, the writing this week went pretty well. I'm happy with it. It was slow. It felt slower than my normal pace, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. And next week, we'll try to pick up the pace a little bit, but either way, we're still really on track to meeting our NaNoWriMo goals, so I'm super pleased with it. I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. If you haven't watched the rest of the vlog series, go ahead and watch episode 1. I'll link it below. If you wanna learn more about Pretend the Earth Doesn't Call or Project Gaia, which is the book I'm currently drafting, go ahead and watch my Get to Know Me video. I'll link that below as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you wanna tune in for my next vlog, because I'm going to the city, and anytime I go to the city, I have to go to the Strand. If you don't know what the Strand is, it's a famous New York City bookstore known for its 18 miles of books. It has so many books that if you line them up, it'll measure as 18 miles. So go ahead, like and subscribe so you can go ahead and watch me write in the Strand next week. And I'll see you in the next one.